So one of the things that we did talk about, and I had in the announcements for last month, was about community education. So what a grand opening for Charmaine Navarro to come on up and give us a little discussion of what the Henry Mayo Communication Education is going to be.
Hi, I'm Charmaine Navarro. I am a registered nurse. I've been working with Henry Mayo for about 5 years. I've been 23 years of an emergency room nurse, specializing in trauma. Recently, I moved over to our community education department. I don't know how many of you are familiar with the new Henry Mayo Health and Fitness Center that's located off of Town Center Drive in the old Spectrum Club. Anybody familiar with it? Okay. It's not Gold's Gym's on one side. We're on the other side by the Hyatt Hotel. And it used to be the Spectrum Club. So Henry Mayo 2 years ago took over the space and made what they call a medical fitness center. We're one of only about 1,400 in the nation. Unfortunately, even as an employee at Henry Mayo, I didn't realize that community education wasn't part of the gym part. It is free education put on by clinical educators. So the department, I've been there for 3 months, and one of my biggest things that I wanted to do is let our community know. Our patients didn't even really know. Most people that were going were associated with the gym, and they're really not that. So I've been going to all the different groups, Old Town Newhall Association, and actually when Al invited me here, I was very excited. I live up the street. I live in Canyon Country for the last 20 years, and to be part of this community right here is something I've always been very proud of. So I wanted to come to you guys and let you know Henry Mayo does the unique. Everybody who's been here a while knows that Henry Mayo had a bad reputation for many years and has worked really hard to change that. 5 years ago, I left another facility that had been changing in the wrong direction, in my opinion, and I came to Henry Mayo because of all the good things they were doing. Worked in the ER as the charge nurse on nights for the last 5 years, so coming to community education was very important to me because I would be able to educate patients, families, community members in an environment that's more relaxing than when you're in the hospital, and it's free to everybody. So all our classes are put on are free. The department consists of 4 people. I have no admin support, so bear with me if I take some time if you ever call. But we have 2 clinical dietitians that do all diabetes education, nutrition classes. I'm a clinical nurse specialist. I do classes on different health and heart-related, diabetes-related, anything like that. And then we have a wide variety of other free class opportunities that are available. So Al was nice enough to invite me here to let you guys all know about our services. I have a list. He has an older list, so I've been adding classes every single day. I'm going to leave you a copy of our flyers. The new one does have our phone number on it. I'm learning as I go, right? But we have classes from diabetes to, I started an advanced care planning class because there's a lot of confusion when you come into the ER. So a lot of my choices of what I picked were my experiences. What are people not getting or have questions about? And when you come into the hospital, no matter how we want to call it healthcare, it is sick care, right? So Henry Mayo is really committed to the wellness of our entire community, from inpatient all the way out through discharge. So we've added a bunch of different classes, and some of mine this is even newer. I'll leave copies. I have an advanced care planning class that I'm going to be giving on April 30th. I'll be giving it quarterly after that. We have Alzheimer's Association that comes in and teaches different classes on memory loss and how to help with family members. We have NAMI, which is, if you've been in this community a while, you know we have a large mental illness population, mental health population, and we don't have a lot of resources. So NAMI is out there, and I've partnered with them, National Alliance on Mental Illness, and we're starting to offer programs out there to try to get people in. I have 2 boys. They went to Mitchell. Now they're at Canyon High, twin boys. They're getting ready to drive. They just turned 16, so watch out if you live in the in the neighborhood. But, I'm also reaching out to the schools. I'm very blessed that my kids have grown up in the ER and are afraid of everything. They're afraid mostly of me putting tubes where they don't belong. But they're aware. They'll come home and tell me, hey, Mommy, a girlfriend of mine, a friend, is in the hospital. She tried to kill herself at 14 years old. So I'm really reaching out, trying to help with those areas as well. But there's all kinds of, our physical therapists come and teach free classes on back health, on balance, on foot and ankle, lymphedema. All of our classes, again, are free. We offer a snake bite, hiking and venomous snake bite prevention and treatment, where we collaborate with one of our nurses in the ER teaches the treatment part, and Frank from Placerita Canyon brings his snakes to show the difference, and it's a free class. And we offer it every few months around the hiking season. So I just wanted to let you know that there's a lot of resources out there. If you are interested you can get online at HenryMayo.com and see all the free classes that we offer and the service we do. And again, our department is in the first floor of the Henry Mayo Health and Fitness Center off of Town Center Drive. And we have our own parking structure and everything there, because the front row there's not much parking. But any questions? The other thing, and you can always tell him if I'm not here, because I may start bugging you guys and coming because I'm in this community. But if you think of anything that you would like a class on that you don't see that we have, let me know, because we're always looking for new ideas that's going to meet the needs of the community. Yes, sir.
So do you have workout facilities there, like weight training?
There is a full gym. So what it is there's a fitness center, and what Henry Mayo has done has contracted with a medical, I think it's called Uniplex, and all they do is they run most of the nation's medical fitness centers. Our trainers over there, before you can even start in that gym, our trainers give you an hour-and-a-half health risk assessment. So they go through your health risk, but then they also do a movement exam. So they test, instead of like if you've ever been to another gym, which I'm gym phobic, they'll say, oh, and here's our equipment, here you go, sign a waiver that you won't hold us liable, but they never go through anything. The Henry Mayo gyms trainers are all at least a bachelor's prepared in kinesiology, some kind of movement specialty degree. Several of them have their master's, and then they're all double certified by the National Association of Sports Medicine and the certification in strength and stretching conditioning kind of. Excuse me, I don't know all the titles. But they all have to have multiple certifications. If you go to most gyms, they don't have to have a degree, and they don't even have to have a certification in the state of California. You can just come in and be a health buff and say, I'm good at this. You want to look like me? And it doesn't work that way. The trainers there, what are really unique is that when you talk to them, they're very passionate about getting people to a healthy phase in their life. Most of our members over there, it's a limited membership, have some kind of medical problems. So they work within that realm to try to help you. Knee replacements, hip replacements, heart attacks, lung disease, and they work with them in their capability. There's always a trainer on the floor, so even if you aren't working with one, they're watching you. They'll correct you. They'll make sure you're safe. So it's a unique experience, yes.
If you have all of these opportunities and it's free, how are you funded?
Okay, the gym is not free. That's the part that's not free. You pay for a membership for that. The physical therapy department that's in there is physician referrals. So those aren't free. Community education is the only part that is the free part. And Henry Mayo, a lot of people in this community don't realize we're a nonprofit hospital. So anything that we make as a profit comes back to the hospital and goes back to the community. And what is unique about Henry Mayo is a lot of hospitals anymore are part of a system. When you're part of a system, any money you make goes to the system to choose to put where they want. We're lucky that when I came to Henry Mayo, I'm like, oh my gosh, we have all this great equipment. They really support the staff. They really do all this that the nurses there don't even sometimes realize how lucky they have it if you haven't been someplace else. But then they have these programs like this, and it's called Community Benefit, and it's part of the nonprofit. But Henry Mayo's taken it that next step and been a center for excellence, and is now becoming an example to others that they're now coming to see what are we doing, how are we getting this going to benefit the community. And you know, it's support through that. It's really what it is. I am a non-funded department. I mean non-revenue generating department. So everything that we cost them, it's that community benefit. Yes.
Do you know how much the membership is?
I'm not 100% because there's a lot of insurance programs that cover part or all of it. So
is Silver Sneakers part of it?
Silver Sneakers is not, but because they're getting rid of Silver Sneakers, I guess, at a lot of the membership person. And again, I'm not 100%. There's a new program, Silver something. Silver and Fit. That is a new Medicare program through some providers that they're looking at. And then there's a lot of additional providers, like they take, I'm a military brat, so they take USAA has a program. If you have USAA, you get a discount. If you are a Kaiser member, there's certain programs that they pay 100% of the gym membership. There's others that pay up to a certain amount if you attend so many sessions, because a lot of the programs are trying to get to this wellness thing and encourage people to go and exercise. I believe the membership right now, if you paid flat out, is $75, so it is kind of pricey. But if you have $75 a month, and then I'm talking to people though that are paying for these little afterburn, and they're paying $150 a month, and they're getting trainers that aren't necessarily certified and degreed, but they're getting one kind of program. So it depends on what kind of program you want. I have some medical issues, shoulders injuries and this, and so it was nice to go in, and I'd avoided the gym, but it's nice to go in and someone watching me to say, don't do that. And it was a unique experience to me to have that, and for me, I like that. I do get an employee discount, I'll be honest.
The flyers that you have now are the current offerings?
The current offerings, and I'm actually our new catalog's going to be coming out. I think most of you probably in this area, because I get it at home. Henry Mayo sends out a twice a year catalog. And it's kind of similar to the other healthy happenings we have that tells the updates of the hospital, but this is your health guide. And inside of it, there is all the list of classes and everything like that. We also do the community center heart health fair, and we have one on May 10th at the Canyon Country Community Center where they do screenings. What I really like and I want to do is a carotid ultrasound screening, your blood glucose, your cholesterol, your blood pressure, your weight, your BMI, all of that for free. That one's going to happen right up here if you're interested, May 10th from 7:30 to 10:30. And it is a line. You come in, you stand in the line, you go through all the stations. I'll be there talking about our education programs as well. Free again to the community. Yes, ma'am.
And you're going to have that same kind of activity at the senior center sometime?
Yes, actually Henry Mayo has their own sponsored education room, so we're actually looking forward to it because community education, our rooms are very limited, and as we're expanding our offerings, we're going to be looking to do more. I have one of my dietitians actually going to the senior center tomorrow, the current one, to give a lecture on nutrition and heart health and all that kind of stuff. So we do go out into the community with what we offer.
And you also have water aerobics?
At the gym, I believe they do have a water aerobics class for the members, yes. There is a full pool. There's a sauna, a steam room. It's like a little spa. There's a massage. They have multiple massage therapists that their prices are, I haven't had one, they say are really good comparative to Massage Envy or something like that. So, and they are more massage therapists than just a masseur. They're trained in body and muscle a little bit more than others. So yeah, we're kind of a mix. I always say we're a trinity over there. 3 departments in one being, but we're all working together. I'll leave these at the back table.